Hello everybody, I'm back today with Kittens and Keeps. So this is not about wargaming, this is about role-playing games. So if you're here to hear my latest exploits with Forgotten Heroes Vietnam, I'll have to refer you to the big board where I'm going to post an article tonight. Today I want to talk about two things. First of all, I've got a new book. It's called The Sense of the Sleight of Hand Man. It's a Call of Cthulhu role-playing game campaign written by Dennis Detwiller. This is the result of a Kickstarter that I backed. At this stage, I think I probably started backing it in 2011. It seems like it was years and years and years and years and years ago. And actually delivering it took them hundreds of days. I mean, I think that they must have printed this in China, then given this to somebody in a backpack to walk across all of Europe, then get on a ship to the United States, and then go back to London, and then finally deliver it to Ireland. I thought I was never going to get it, but now I've got it. It clocks in at 294 pages, including the index, and it's a campaign set in the dreamlands of Lovecraft. So basically, places like Kadath, Kelefais, the Plateau of Leng are all part of the so-called dreamland cycle. And it's quite an interesting premise. I don't want to go too deeply into it because I may actually at some point play this with my group. I don't know about it. I got it last year, or I started backing it last year when we were playing a Call of Cthulhu campaign, which had its issues. I'm going to read this to see, does this run into the same issues that we experienced with the Day of the Beast. But anyway, it looks actually quite nice. I'm just going to show you one page. You have illustrations in black and white. I don't even know what this is supposed to be, but yeah. The illustrations are a little less overwhelming than I'd expected them to be, considering that it took them much longer than they had anticipated to make this book. The text is laid out, as you can see, very widely. So there is a lot of wide spacing between the lines, and there are margins that sometimes contain sidebars, and I guess you can, if you wanted to, you can write in them and make notes. And yeah, that's this book. I'll keep reading about it, and maybe at some point I will do a review of it. But I would also like to talk about our Pathfinder campaign, Slumbering Tsar. As I said in my previous log entry, the characters have now embarked on a different storyline. The first piece of the puzzle I gave them when they visited the Reclaimers, where I introduced them to the god of the harvest. That's laid out in the Slumbering Tsar universe, and this god has now informed them that the Golden Army, or the Army of Light, traipsed into what is now the Desolation to help the gods of that land that had united against a demon lord named Orcus. Even like the goddess of death had decided to chime in and to help out, and that they managed to come to a stalemate, but it was very difficult for them to hold their own. And so the Army of Light, led by a glowing golden warrior who burned everyone who opposed him, came in and supported the united pantheon of that universe, and together they managed to beat back Orcus into a city called Tsar, which is at the center of what is now the Desolation. And there was fighting there, and it turned out that the only way they could contain Orcus was by actually sealing off the city. So they used powerful magic to seal up the city, and they put it underground. And it's now in the middle of the Desolation, where the two roads, the north-south and east-west roads cross. And in order to raise the city, you need the 4 seals, and the 4 seals are in the 4 quadrants of the Desolation, and each of them is buried with and guarded by one of the supreme deities. So Hecate, Telephus, and Mur and Tyr, and they have managed to find the first one at the Reclaimers, and now they're on their the Reclaimers or the seal that they found there set them on their path to the next one, which is called which is to be found in the Chaos Rift, which is in the northeastern quadrant, and which is being guarded by Hecate, the goddess of death. And so that's where they are now. They entered the Chaos Rift this week. They've already had their first encounter with the werewolves that live there, and have carried off some treasure. And so we'll see how they are faring this week. This coming Tuesday, we'll see what happens. So far, nobody has died. I have to say that I'm actually quite surprised, considering that it's supposed to be such a deadly game, and I managed to kill somebody in the first or second session. Since then, it has been quite quiet. I don't know what it is, if it's really just bad die rolls on my part and really lucky die rolls on part of the party, but they haven't even leveled up. They're still level 7, but they are doing really, really well. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and I'll keep you posted. Like I said, we're now moving away from the storyline. In the actual adventure, of course, Tsar is not buried at all. It's pretty much above ground, but that was something that I never really liked about it. You know, it's at the center of the Desolation, but basically nobody really knows it's there, and the campies don't seem to know it's there, or if they do, it's never talked about. It was really strange. So I just decided that it makes more sense for the whole city to be hidden, to be not as visible as all that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you posted. Bye.